The world we live in is constantly changing, too often for the worst. Climate change is a very real issue happening around us every single day. However, a lot of people believe that because this issue is happening on such a large scale that we could never have the tools to fix it. However, I'm here to tell you that with a little bit of hard work and some motivation, anything is possible. So today I would like to demonstrate how to create your own compost bin, which is an easy and convenient way to lessen your ecological footprint and go green. A lot of people think that climate change is not their responsibility. However, this issue pertains to all of us because it doesn't only affect me and you, but it also affects the lives of our children and grandchildren. I know I have gained a personal appreciation for the environment this year because I am enrolled in an IB Environmental Systems and Societies class at my high school. In this class, we not only talk about what the environment can give to us, but what we can give back to the environment as well. So today, I will demonstrate how to put this value into action with a compost bin by first explaining the purpose, then demonstrating the assembly, and finally showing the maintenance of the bin. So first, let's see what the purpose of composting is. Composting is a very practical and customizable response to the growing problem of climate change. One way to measure the impact we have on the environment is through an ecological footprint. On April 7, 2016, Mathis W. describes on globalfootprintsnetwork.com that the ecological footprint represents the productive area required to provide the renewable resources humanity is using and to absorb its waste. In much simpler terms, an ecological footprint measures how many Earths it would take to sustain the population if every single person in the world was living and utilizing resources the way you do. Some of the factors that influence your ecological footprint include the type of car you drive, the type of energy you use at home, whether or not you recycle, and whether or not you compost. There are many online calculators which help you figure out what your ecological footprint is, simply by taking a series of multiple choice questions. It is very simple to construct your own compost bin, but specific materials are needed. Julia Scott, founder of BargainBabe.com, commented on April 6, 2016 that it is very easy to make your own composting bins from empty buckets. Some of the supplies we will need today are a stirring rod, some water, and some leftover food or rotten food that you want to discard into your compost bin. You'll need a drill to drill holes in your bin. You will also need your bin and lid, as well as some dirt if you're interested in putting that in your bin as well. All of these supplies can be found laying around your house or garage or at your local hardware store for under $10. Assembly is very simple and only takes a few minutes. Compost bin works for everyone because it is simple and customizable. Compost bins can be aesthetically different, ranging in color, shape, and size to meet your interests. Compost bins can also be different sizes and shapes that fit for indoor or outdoor usage. Now that you understand how a compost bin works, I will demonstrate to you how to make your own 5-gallon compost bucket. The first step in creating your own compost bucket is to drill holes for aeration. Washington State University writes on what.com.wsu.edu that aeration is necessary in high-temperature aerobic composting for rapid, odor-free decomposition. I have already drilled some of the holes into the bucket prior to this video. However, I am going to show you how to drill a couple of the holes in the lid so that you can see for yourself how to do it. You want to take your drill and position it onto the lid and hold the lid down firmly. After you have drilled a series of holes in the lid, you want to ensure that the entire perimeter of the bucket has the holes for aeration and that none of them are too big for any of the rodents outdoors to get inside. Next, you want to place your biodegradable material inside of the bucket. This includes your dirt. You can place as much as you would like. There are really no rules when it comes to how much you want to put inside. And placing dirt along with your biodegradable material helps the process to speed up faster. So today I will be putting in a banana peel, some old vegetables, coffee grounds, eggshells, and some old spinach. Those your composting bin as well. Now that we've created our compost bin, let's see the maintenance steps. Many of these steps are outlined from planetnatural.com on April 8, 2016 in an organization-published article. The first step to maintaining your compost bin is to always keep adding to your bin. Basically, you always want to include more biodegradable material so that composting can continue to occur. So you can continue to add your vegetables or anything left over from when you're cooking. However, there are a couple rules when it comes to creating your compost bin. You only want to put in raw fruit and raw vegetables. You never want to put any meat inside of your compost bin. You can also include some grasses and some eggshells, anything like that. When you're going to add food into your compost bin, you just want to ask yourself a few simple questions. Is this food raw? Has it been cooked? Is it oily and going to become slimy, or will it biodegrade into something like composting soil? And is this meat? Now that we have added all of our food into the compost bin, you want to add water. According to the aforementioned article, the microbes that do your dirty work in the compost pile require water for survival. One rule that you want to keep in mind when applying water into your compost bin is that less is always more. One way that you can know how much water to put into your compost bin is by remembering that when you have a lot of greens and grasses in your bin, you need less water than if you just have a lot of fruit or coffee grounds and things like that. Because I have a mixture of both, I'm going to add some water, but not as much as I would add if it had no greens inside at all. The last step is for further aeration. How you want to add further aeration for your compost bin is by rotating the materials inside. You want to use your stirring rod to do this. You want to do this every day or every few days at most. And by doing this, you allow aeration to continue to occur. And the more aeration that occurs, the faster the process goes on, and the sooner you will have your composting soil ready. After you are finished rotating your soil, you want to place the lid firmly on top of your bin as it sits in a warm, sunny spot in your yard. As you can see, composting bins are easy and fun to create according to your needs. They're cheap and affordable. The next step is finding the perfect spot for your bin to stay. I hope that through my speech you understand what composting is and how it can be done, as well as the impact it has on our world. You can now use this tool as you wish, as you decide what type of footprint you want to leave. Thank you.